everyone, so I just watched the final trailer to Halloween Ends, and honestly, knowing this is the end of an era and the end of, Jamie Lee Curtis portraying her role, infamous role, for 44 years as Laurie Strode is a little emotional, honestly, for horror fans because we all love her, we all love the character for obvious reasons. She's a fighter, she's, you know, not someone that was born into this, it was fate, and as mentioned in the 1978 film, she's come to realize that the boogeyman is real. And, this rebooted quadrilogy, I guess you could call it, um, has been promising, definitely uh, had mixed reviews and um, as far as this trailer to the last film, honestly, it is exciting. Being a Halloween fan of just the season as well, but also to get in the mood, but also just a big horror fan and a huge fan of Halloween. It's my favorite film, one of them, and um, it's just fun to see this trilogy come to a close and see how they're gonna wrap everything up. Um, Now the whole storyline, this is in the synopsis, so it's not a spoiler. Um, there's a copycat killer named Corey, and honestly, I think I'm open to different ideas, but at the same time, I think the third chapter is kind of a weird spot to start. At least, if anything, they should have included in some and Halloween Kills. That would have made more sense. But that being said, I'm not a big fan of David Gordon Green's decisions in H Kills for the most part. I did love the flashbacks. Those were the best redeeming qualities of the film. And I just really hope this third chapter will, give us what we want, but also remain faithful to the characters. And I'm also concerned that Jamie Lee Curtis in the interview mentioned that fans are going to be pissed about this movie. So I hope whatever she meant by that it's been fixed. Or if even they go out on a ledge and try something new and bold, I just hope it works. Even if it is something different, I really do hope that it's truthful and something that makes sense to the story and the source material, and not just random and out of left field or like an afterthought. Um, Now, with this there being a copycat killer, honestly, it sounds lame, just from hearing about it, but really, it hasn't been done in a Halloween film. So I'm open to it, but it just depends on the execution and how they handle it, and how much Michael will we have in this film, really. Will he just show up at the end to have this final confrontation with Laurie, or will he be sidelined the majority of it? Honestly, I'm not feeling that, but again, we'll have to see. Now, I am curious to see where Laurie Strode is in her life, knowing that her daughter has been murdered. Her granddaughter Allison has no parents now, and she has taken up the mantle of watching over her, essentially, I'm assuming. And from the trailers, Laurie has moved on, knowing that Michael was never after her for personal reasons. And honestly, I'm curious to see, how much she's changed and grown as a character. But also, Allison mentions in this trailer that she hasn't changed at all, and she's just welcoming death. Either from fear of Michael or just feeling like her life is over, maybe because maybe she feels like she has no purpose without her daughter, or even without Michael in some weird way, because they are connected, you know, or she feels anyway through her trauma. Um, so again, I'm curious to see how that plays out. Um, again, Allison, as I mentioned before in my later reviews, Allison has become a really good final girl. Um, even though she's not technically the final girl, but you know, she's kind of there. Um, I hope they write her character well. It's obvious from the trailers, again, no spoilers. Uh, so if this is spoiler-ish, sorry, maybe turn back, I guess. This is just my theories, but it's obvious that Allison's gonna have a love relationship with Corey, which will be the villain of the film, majority throughout. And yeah, again, I don't know. This is gonna be like a 2 hour film, so they will have some more leverage room to, you know, hopefully cohesively tell these little threads of side plots. But we're all really there to see Laurie kick ass and Michael meet his end, or just where they're gonna go with it, really, because it's been the final chapter, you know. It is the end as far as Laurie's story, but for Michael Myers, who knows? Evil never dies, and neither does the money. Um, but yeah, I'm impressed with the trailer. The tone looks a lot better. It looks really dark and cringy. Um, and as explained in the trailer, Michael's been hiding in the sewer. Whether he's been having tea parties with Pennywise or not, I don't know. But yeah. So I'm curious, really, if Michael, like, just hypothetically speaking, if they did want to kill off Michael or even his body because it is aging, what if, you know, it sounds dumb, but just for food for thought, I guess, like, what if Michael did possess Corey's body in some way to stay young again or something? Um, but yeah, I mean, it would be dumb, but people would probably see that as well. You know, I've seen worse films get sequels. There's that. Um, but anyway, that's pretty much my first thoughts, really, going seeing this trailer. But yeah, what did you think about it? I'm excited either way. You know, again, I'm glad that I known going in what the plot was before seeing the movie, because judging from past reactions from Sartain, um, I hated that. It pissed me off in the theater. I was like, what the fuck? Like, literally saying that out loud, and not in a good way. So I'm glad knowing this going in before, so I don't ruin my movie experience. So even if it's dumb, I can still be like, I saw it coming, I expected it, you know, so there's that. But again, yeah, um, I can imagine, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie Strode for 44 years and still, like, that was her career the majority of the time. Like, you know, she did Total Recall and other things like Freaky Friday, and, you know, which has been in My Girl, whatever. But a lot of her fans know her from Halloween, and that's what propelled her career. It also been her first film, and um, you know, I could imagine it'd be emotional for her, and also everyone else watching. But it shows how much of an impact she had on the horror community as an actress as well, and also for females. You know, she's definitely really encouraged a lot of other female actresses, I'm sure, and women around the world for whatever reason, maybe her story, Laurie Strode's story and everything. Um, but yes, again, I'm excited for Halloween Ends, so that's basically it. See you later.